Hi there Aries, Sun, Moon or Rising. This is Dilosh from Girl and Her Moon. So we are going to be doing a reading based on the new moon solar eclipse in Aries, in your sign Aries. It will occur on the 29th of March 2025, depending on the time frame of the location where you are. So if you are an Aries sun, this may have some sort of effect on your work, career, and who you are. Okay, so how you're seen. If you've got an Aries moon, it can represent your body, your home, how you look. Okay, so it can have an effect in those areas. If it's your ascending sign, it represents everything about you, absolutely everything. So if you've got Aries in your ascending sign. So let's have a look. Okay, let's see what comes through the cards. And today what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Goddess Oracle. Okay, so I'm going to ask for one card through the Goddess Oracle. Sexuality with Freya. Okay, so sexuality can represent, it's not just about, you know, how you flaunt yourself, your sexual side. It represents being creative with that aspect of yourself as you have acceptance of yourself in every way, okay, and how you flaunt it. Okay, so sexuality, it just means if you're open to it or not as well. You know, like you may have issues in regards to connections. So based down to the basics, when we go down to the basics of the meaning of this card, represents how do you connect with another, okay, and how do you internalize that within yourself. Okay, so we are getting that kind of energy coming through. But let's see what also is coming through with this with these cards. Okay, the Mythic Tarot. Okay, so we're getting that connection coming through. Friends, okay, friends, connections, in that kind of sense is coming through. Now, what you need to know is that you need to ground yourself. Okay, we're getting that very clearly there. Grounding. Knight of Pentacles also represents how do you see yourself? How do you perceive yourself? Okay, and it's about how established do you feel? Okay, because this represents having your feet firmly planted in the ground, because the next card is saying your feet is up in the air. Okay, it's like upside down. Do you feel like you're a victim to a situation? Okay, now this is saying that this is all about the mind. Okay, so it's saying when you perceive yourself as a victim, you will experience life as a victim. Even if you are not, or should I say, even if you are having the best experience ever, according to a lot of people, if you are stuck in that mindset of being a victim, you will still experience life as a victim. So you need to free your soul. Everything lies in the mind. The consciousness is the one that experiences life in its specific way. Okay, so what does that mean? It means the mind, the consciousness, not your physical mind. Your physical mind is too rational. It cannot go out of its parameters. It can't go out of the specific box it's in, okay? So the mind or the consciousness that I'm talking about, when you see yourself in a certain way and you perceive it that way, your reality becomes that way, okay? But if you change, even the slightest change of how you see yourself and how you see your reality will shift something in your experience. And that's what this is saying, okay? And this is how you are seen or not seen, seeing yourself, okay? So however you see yourself is the way that you will be seen by others, okay? So the Knight of Pentacles is saying, are you grounded? Okay, are you grounded? Are you seeing things for the way they are, or are you obsessing over something that is not even existent? Okay, so it's saying your reality is your responsibility. Okay, this represents being grounded, your feet firmly grounded in the ground, and being responsible for your reality. This is Neptune. The Hangman is the planet Neptune. Neptune is all about your imagination and how you see your reality. Okay, so whatever you imagine, it's like Alice in Wonderland. Okay, so when you see your reality in a certain way and you believe it so much, it becomes your experience. Okay, if you see yourself as a victim, you are going to be experiencing life as a victim. But if you see yourself as someone who is free and happy and experiencing life in the fullest, that is how you're going to experience it. This is saying it is your responsibility. Okay, so we got sexuality here with Freya. Okay, it doesn't mean you're flaunting your sexuality. It's saying, how do you feel about yourself? Are you, regardless of what you look like or how other people may perceive you from the outside, the way they perceive you is how you reflect yourself to them. Okay, so for you to be able to be like this, to be able to flaunt yourself regardless of what you look like, okay, to be happy in your skin, to be completely free from restrictions and I don't know any other way to put it, but yeah, to be like that, to be completely free, to free your spirit. Okay, see the feathers there as well. Freeing your spirit, being light within yourself, whether it's actually weight, mass, light, or light as in light, the lightness, the brightness. Okay, so both work for you. Both of them need to be part of your life. Okay, so you need to have a bright or should I say lightness within yourself. You need to feel light. Okay, the only way you can feel light, the only way you can feel uplifted or your vibration rising up, because that's the only way you can raise your vibration, is to feel light. And light is not just only the weight of, say yourself, it's also you becoming more light as in crystallized, where you're reflecting the light. Okay, light as in the sun, the sunlight, okay, or the light bulb. So the more light you become, the more free you become. Okay, and you can see Freya there looks very light. Even the colors are very light. They're not dark and intense, they're very light. Okay, so she's talking about lightness and being happy in your skin with this raised vibration frequency. Okay, and this is saying it's your responsibility of how you experience your experience. Okay, a perception will change, just a tiny little perception will change the outcome of the situation, because this one here is saying the consequences of your actions, thoughts and expressions will be what you reap in your experience. You see, the black and white there represents the cycles of the situation. Okay, so what you sow is what you'll reap. The consequences of your actions will be what you experience. Again, we're getting that energy. This represents the karma that you experience, because karma means action and reaction. Okay, that's all it means. So this is saying the karma that you experience in this life, or in our English terminology, the action and reaction. Okay, basically what you sow is what you reap. That's the basic meaning of karma, the word karma. Okay, karma is a Sanskrit word. So that's what this is saying. It's saying the consequences of your actions are what you're experiencing. So what are you going to experience? It's totally up to you what you want to experience. If you want to experience total nag and frustration and anger and screaming and yelling, that's what you'll experience. But if you want to experience something that is more uplifted, happy, free-spirited, fun, and you're actually asked to do that during this time, okay, you're asked to connect with other people, okay, connecting with others. So what I'm getting is that you will, during this eclipse period, okay, you will strengthen connections, establish maybe even new ones. Okay, if you've had a falling out with anyone, you may even mend those grievances and having fun together. Okay, so I'm getting something like this coming through, but you need to feel light, because if you are not feeling light and you are focusing on, don't forget, everything's in duality. There's always the two sides of the coin. Okay, and we've got the coin there. It's saying, which side of the coin do you want to play on? This is your responsibility. Okay, it is your responsibility. So what do you want to do? Which side of the coin do you want to play on? Do you want to play on the good side or the bad side? Do you want to focus on all of the bad things and kind of like stick to the bad and be, you know, in that low vibration? Or do you want to focus on the good things and be in that high vibration, high vibe? Okay, that's what this is all about. And during this time, depending on which side you'll be leaning towards, it will be affecting your relationships in many ways. Okay, so friends, family, colleagues, old people coming from the past, new ones that you may, you know, have coming into your life, and also business, etc. All of these connections will be affected depending on the consequences of your actions and which side of the coin you decide to play on. Your responsibility of how you perceive the situation. Okay, your perceptions. This is your imagination, your perception. Okay, you may decide to take this to the extreme in some way, and go towards the bad. Okay, but opt for the lightness. That's what this is saying. Opt for the lightness and free your spirit. Okay, have fun. That's all it's all about during this time. Have fun together with your friends. Okay, that's what I'm getting for you, Aries. Okay, so enjoy this moon. It's your moon. Go and get, you know, maybe a haircut, or not during the moon, but, you know, like maybe close to the moon, close to the moon. Never ever get a haircut or have surgery or anything like that, or even a manicure or pedicure during the full or new moon. Okay, surgery, never. Okay, it has to be either 3 days before or 3 days after you can, because if you have, say, even if you cut your nails during a full or a new moon, directly during that day, it can affect your nails. The growth, if you sow seeds, it can affect the seeds. The growth, the harvest will not be as good. So 3 days before, 3 days after are the times to actually, but not directly during. Okay, so but you can, 3 days before, you can go get a manicure, haircut, whatever, a new wardrobe, or 3 days after. But during the moon, okay, during the moon, enjoy. That's what I'm getting. Enjoy, have fun, come together with friends, and that's the energy that I'm getting for you. Okay, Aries, have fun. Enjoy the moon. Taurus, Taurus sun, moon and rising. This is Dilosh from Girl and Her Moon. Okay, so we are looking at a new moon solar eclipse in Aries. This will occur on the 29th of March 2025, and the time will depend on the location of where you are. So we will probably even have the time frames in our website as well, or on our Instagram page as well. So Taurus, what does this new moon or solar eclipse mean for you? Okay, what does it mean for you? It's in Aries. Aries is the sign, it's the beginning of the zodiac, and it represents spring. Okay, well, in the northern hemisphere it does. So if you're in the southern hemisphere, if you're down under, for example, okay, it's probably fall. Okay, fall as in autumn. All right, let's have a look for you, Taurus. Let's see what comes through for you. Okay, so we've got the Goddess Oracle here, and that will kind of give me a theme. But before I do that, I just want to say, if you've got Aries, even if you say you're a Taurus sun and you've got Aries moon or rising, okay, this will have an effect on you. So I would say listen to your sun and moon and rising sign to get more of that holistic feel. Okay, let's have a look. Let's see what Taurus is saying. We've got Demeter with feelings and emotions. So something about your feelings and emotions will be very heightened during this time for you. Page of Pentacles, learning something, deciding to be a little bit more creative. We're getting that as well. That's coming through. Okay. Oh, all right. This is going to be a very spiritual time for you. Okay, spiritual time. You may even feel a little bit under the weather. Okay, you may feel a little bit, you don't want to, how would I say it? You may feel like you're getting a cold. You may feel like you're going, you know, like a little bit lethargic and tired, and may want to connect with nature. I just want to, you know, just take it easy, chilled out, want to let go of stress and responsibilities during this time. Maybe you want to read a book or learn something. Okay, your feelings and emotions are very heightened during this time, so you may lash out on other people. You may get offended very quickly. Okay, getting that coming through as well. But you may also, this represents something is coming out, or something is being revealed to you. Okay, maybe there was something that was hidden from you that may be revealed to you. Okay, so I'm getting that coming through as well. I feel as though, you know, this is saying you need to let go. It's not your responsibility. If someone's done something behind your back or hidden something where your feelings and emotions are becoming stirred up, and this is like a regeneration, transformation and rebirth situation for you eventually. Okay, if something has been hidden from you and it's coming out, you're learning about it, and this is like a huge thing for you. This is saying it is not your responsibility, okay, and it is not your fault. It is not, how would I say it? It's got nothing to do with you, okay? Do not let others put you in the spot where your feelings and emotions are going to make you feel low. This could even be, you know, like maybe someone was holding some intentions or thoughts from you. Maybe they were really angry with you. For example, say you have a partner and you're living together, obviously, but for some reason your partner has been very upset with you but did not reveal their feelings towards you. Okay, they didn't say anything, and it was festering within them. And what happens is that suddenly they say something, you know, they blow up like a volcano. Something triggers them, and then you're like, what? You know, where is this coming from? But it's been something, you know, like it's been there for a long time, and this can really stir up your feelings. It could be like a sudden thing that you were not aware of, and it's not your fault because you weren't aware. I mean, if that person, your partner, didn't let you know or didn't react during that time, which was maybe like eons ago, okay, and they just internalized it, you know, they just swallowed and kept quiet, okay, that's their fault. They should have addressed it, okay, and maybe said something so that you were aware. And because you're not aware of it, and now it's like blowing up in your face, this is making you feel uneasy. It's also making your feelings, you know, becoming uneasy, etc. But I also see something about if you're a parent, okay, something to do with parents. If you're a mum, and you have a child, there could be issues there. Maybe there was hidden issues relating, especially something to do with feelings. Okay, it's not about some huge thing that happened behind your back and then it's revealed. This is like maybe someone got offended in the past and didn't let you know, and now it's coming to the forefront. Okay, something like that. So if you're a mother that has a child, that's where the issue may lie in. Or if you are male, you may have issues with your mother. Maybe your mother was the one that, because I'm getting like a mother figure here, okay, even here. It's like the mother figure is the one that's offended or is going to go through this blow up. Okay, you're asked to retreat. Okay, I'm getting that, retreat. Do not take on the responsibility and try and sort something out or try to solve this problem. Go inwards, retreat. Take a book, read a book, go into nature, ground yourself, just, you know, walk around in nature, just observe nature, maybe meditate in nature, maybe go outside and draw something in nature, do something creative, do something that is low-key, chilled out, okay, retreat a little. And take tiny little steps to psychologically recover from this experience. Okay, that's what I'm getting. It's something to do with your feelings and emotions that may come into, or you may just feel out of balance yourself. Okay, maybe you're the one that's holding hidden feelings and emotions, or maybe you're offended and you didn't say anything, and now, you know, they're coming to the forefront, and it's like you want to say something. Okay, so it's time to be low-key during this time. It's also a time where you may have vivid dreams, especially during nap time, if you ever do have naps. Okay, not during nighttime sleep, but during nap time, daytime naps or something like that. That's what I'm getting. If you're having any naps, it could even be like a nap that you have on the train or the bus or something when you go home. Okay, and you get vivid dreams occurring during that time. It's almost like it's real. Okay, so there is some sort of enlightenment coming through there relating to past lives. Okay, something to do with past lives is coming through. Okay, so anything else? I think that's it. I think that's all I'm getting. It's just, you know, a lot of this emotional stuff and psychological stuff, and also just feeling low. Okay, your energy is very low. You will just want to curl up on your sofa or bed and with a warm cup of coffee or drink or something, and a good book or a movie or soapy or something like that, that you just want to, you know, take time for yourself, away from everyone and away from your responsibilities. You may even have a sick day or something like that and just stay at home doing nothing. It's something like that. Okay, that's the energy that I'm getting, and that's the kind of image that I'm being shown for you, Taurus. Okay, so enjoy as much as you can during this time with the new moon solar eclipse in Aries. Gemini. Okay, so Gemini, Sun, Moon and Rising. This is Dilosh from Girl and to Moon, and we are looking at the new moon and solar eclipse in Aries, which will occur on the 29th of March 2025. Timing depending on where you are in location. You may find timing in our website, on our website or Instagram page. It may be there. Okay, so during this time, what's going to happen for you? Okay, how is this Aries new moon and solar eclipse going to reflect to you? I'm going to say reflect because the moon reflects, so do the stars. They don't affect us, they reflect to us, and it's up to us to be able to work with that energy, not to be controlled by it. Okay, we have free will, so we can do absolutely whatever we want with tools that we get. Okay, I'm going to call them tools to work with. Okay, so now I would suggest that, you know, if you've got Gemini, Sun, Moon or rising, and you got Aries somewhere, or you've got another sign in your Sun, Moon or rising, listen to all the suns that you have, all the signs that you have in your Sun, Moon and rising, and that way you're going to get a more holistic kind of feel to the reading. Okay, all right, so what's it all about for you? Okay, we got those flicking out. Let's see, what's it all about for you during this time? Oh, we got Freya with sexuality. We got that actually came through for Aries as well. So it's all about how you present yourself, how you connect with others, because sexuality is when you connect with another person. Okay, so how you connect with others, how you affect with your vibe. Okay, are you, see the color there, the feathers, they're blonde feathers or very light colored feathers, golden. Okay, and are you heavy or light? Okay, what are your vibes like? That's what I mean. So sexuality just represents how you present yourself and how you connect and how others perceive you. So let's see. Okay, we've got these two cards coming together. Something about priorities is coming through. I think there's, you know, something that maybe you had a belief about a specific priority, or maybe specific priorities that you believe were very important on the top of your list. Okay, I think it's time to kind of like let go of those priorities that you thought were very, very important, but you realize that they were just beliefs that do not serve you. So it's time to let go of them. Okay, so that's what I'm getting there. The moon, we've got the moon coming, oh, judgment, and the page of pentacles. Okay, there's a lot happening here. So something about flirting is coming through. Okay, I'm getting that, you know, flirting with others. Yeah, it's saying this is something that you need to let go of. Okay, they're saying that, you know, Gemini can sometimes flirt with everyone. It could be the case, but it may not be, depending on your other signs and, you know, how you are in your chart. But they say the message I'm getting is that Gemini can be very flirty most of the time with, you know, everyone, and this can cause your relationships to be very complex. Okay, maybe people may get offended, or they don't know what you're about and so forth. Okay, so this is saying maybe you need to kind of like have a look at where you are in your connections. Yeah, and certain beliefs you need to let go, certain priorities that you thought were very important. Okay, you need to let go, especially in regards to, yes, your values, but also your beliefs about anything that's material. So this can include the money you earn, as well as how you earn it, as well as what you own. Okay, what's important here? Something is changing, maybe something is shifting, maybe you were a hoarder and now you want to go and become more have a life that is more minimalized, you know, or vice versa. Okay, so there's some sort of shift happening there. What you also need to know is that this moon will help you to see more, your ability to see different opportunities or potentials for yourself. Okay, it's like intuitively you can see it. Your gut instinct will be like perceiving it. It's there, and you're kind of like looking at which way to. It's like a split path, three-way path. Okay, which road should you take? Okay, and it could be that this could be something like, you know, something that you experienced in the past. We got these three mummies there, three represent the three different paths. It is saying that this could be like something similar to what you experienced in the past, and it's coming or reoccurring again in some way. Okay, but it has something to do with excuse me, connections, how you connect with others. Okay, how you connect with others, your group efforts. Okay, it's you and another, or you and others. Okay, that's what I'm getting. Your group efforts, how you connect with others. And also the people that you valued, maybe they're part of that priority, okay, that you thought were very important. Maybe it's not as important as you thought they were. Okay, that's also coming through. So you'll be questioning the people that you associate yourself with, questioning certain friendships. It could be also some sort of group setting that you may come together with during this time, but you're learning something. Eventually you're learning something about yourself. Okay, you're learning to be more formal with your relationships. Okay, because it's saying that usually what happens is when you're in friends, acquaintances, colleagues, whatever, you become, this is naturally you. Okay, it is you being friendly, but other people will think that you're trying to pick them up. Okay, it's like you have this flirtatious, I wouldn't say that it's flirtatious, but the thing that I'm getting is you are too overly friendly, where the other person picks this up as being flirtatious. Does that make sense? Okay, so I think that's what they're trying to say. You are just being overly friendly, but the other person thinks that you're flirting with them. That is what it is. Okay, and it can come across as being that way, which can make these relationships become a little bit too complex. Okay, you may think, why I was just acting normally, why are they acting this way towards me? Okay, you'll be really confused of the response you're going to get. Okay, and this could be something that maybe happened in the past for you. It could be something similar. Okay, you're learning from this experience of how you're connecting with, you know, people, and realizing certain ways of connecting is not in regards to your belief, maybe the way you value, or even the friends that you value. Like I said before, you may not even think that it's important anymore. Okay, so I'm getting something like that for you. There would be work associated groups coming together, maybe even groups that relate to traveling. I'm getting like maybe people traveling your way or you're traveling to them. There's something relating to work and traveling also coming through, or friends or groups or yeah, and travel. Okay, that's also coming through. Okay, so that's for you, Gemini. So enjoy the new moon and solar eclipse in Aries. Cancer sun, moon and rising. This is Dilosh from Girl and to Moon. This is going to be a reading based on the new moon and solar eclipse in Aries that will be occurring on the 29th of March 2025. It is going to be a time where, well, if you've got Aries in your moon or rising, for example, yes, it will be affecting you a lot. But Aries is the first zodiac sign in the horoscope wheel. So it's like 1 o'clock in the analog clock. Okay, it's like 1, the beginning, and it represents spring. Everything, you know, being born, everything being beginning. It's the beginning of the season, the beginning of fresh energy. It's like number 1. But this spring energy is associated with the northern hemisphere. So the southern hemisphere, if you're down under, you will be going towards autumn, okay, which means it's time to harvest. So the new moon solar eclipse for you, what does it show for you? What is the message there for you? Okay, let's ask for a theme card. Please forgive me for my nasally voice. I just have a bit of a cold here. It's been very cold where I was. It's just very, you know, like really unpredictable. It was very hot for a couple of weeks, and then it became freezing cold, so that's why I got this cold. All right, so Cancer, let's see what comes through. So we asked for a theme card. How are the stars and the moon going to, you know, what are they going to reflect to you? Because that's what they do. They reflect. They don't affect. They reflect, and we choose to be affected or not. We can work with the energies in ways that we can work with them to the best of our capabilities, because we've got free will. Okay, so centering. Okay, you need to center yourself. This is Tara with centering. She's a blue being like the Buddha. Okay. All right, so okay, how you earn your money. This has something to do with work, okay, because money's coming through there. Who pays you, work, career, etc. And we've got these beautiful cards coming through back to back. Okay, so getting choices. Okay, so if you're kind of like getting ready, because this is also saying something is ending but something is also beginning. This represents, that's why I was talking about the zodiac wheel and Aries being the beginning, the first sign, because this represents the ending and then back to the beginning and going all the way around. Okay, or it's this way. So, and this is representing choices. So this is like some sort of important transformational process happening here. Okay, we get this Sun card here as well. There are endings and new beginnings related to career or work, or where you get your payment, you know, like your wages, or how do you get paid? Okay, you could be a pensioner and you get paid that way. You could be on a support system and you get paid. You could be working somewhere and you get paid. You could have a career path that you get paid through there. You could have your own business and that's where you get paid. So wherever it is that you get paid, consider it as being like a career path, or where the money is coming from, okay, for your needs and necessities and so forth, to basically, you know, live. So that's what this is saying. Okay, it's saying that there is some sort of something's transforming. Okay, I'm getting important transformational processes happening here, because the importance coming through with the Sun energy. Okay, it's showing that this is your livelihood. That's why it's important. And there is an ending or a beginning, okay, relating to this, and there is like choices coming up for you, getting ready to choose something after an ending. Okay, and whatever the choice is that you may be desiring to make on your path, Tara is saying that you need to be centered, centering yourself. Okay, center yourself and look at where you feel more of the lightness when you think about the path or options that you may have in front of you. Just imagine them, just think of them, and you could even just say them and see how you feel. Do you feel light? Do you feel heavy? Do you feel anger and frustration? Do you feel a inspired feeling? Do you feel passion? Okay, that's what this is saying. Okay, you will make the choices through your ability to center yourself. If you can center yourself, you'll make the right choice. Okay, I do get that you will make the right choice as long as you're centered. Okay, and you'll be onto something different. So this could be like a new job, a new career path, or even if it's the same career path, it could be a change or a shift. The way you do it has changed. Now you're doing it a different way. Okay, an ending and a new beginning. It's not saying it's an ending full stop. It's saying it's an ending and then a new beginning straight away. Okay, so that's what this is saying. There is a transformation there related to work and career, or how you earn your money, or how money comes into your life. So this, like I said, this could be a pension or some sort of support system, okay, that you get your money through, okay, benefits or something like that. There could be some sort of change coming through, but it requires you to make the right choice by listening to how you feel physically. Okay, it's not emotionally. How do you feel physically when you think about that certain option? Do you feel light? If you're feeling light, it means you're centered. If you're feeling heavy and frustration and feeling, you know, like darkness and blah feeling, don't even go there. Even if it looks really shiny and the potential looks really good for you, but you're physically feeling blah, feeling like, you know, not really good, it's not the right choice. That's what this is saying. Always look for what is more enlightening and positive, making you feel good, making you feel happy, making you feel uplifted, and making you feel optimistic. Okay, so that's what I'm getting, Cancer. Okay, enjoy this moon in Aries and the solar eclipse. Leo. Leo sun, moon and rising. This is Dilosh from Girl Enter Moon. So we are going to be looking at the new moon and solar eclipse in Aries, which will occur on the 29th of March 2025. Time, well, every location is different, so there could be, you know, time stated in our website or on our Instagram page for this specific solar eclipse, new moon. So how are the stars and the moon reflecting to you, Leo? Let's have a look. Ooh, the star. Okay. Okay, so what's the theme card? Oh, Sheila and a gig. That's why I didn't I didn't turn it over. There's an opening or some sort of new beginning or opening in regards to a situation in your life. Okay, Sheila and a gig. Let me just give you a quick look at this. Okay. Looks weird, it looks creepy. It represents opening, like opening of a portal, opening of whatever new or whatever it is, okay, in your life that you may be concerned about during this time. So there's a new opening. Maybe you're opening something new in your life. Okay, something new. This star card also is representing your hopes and your dreams related to the future. Okay, so opening up something that relates to, this could be an opening in your perspective, an awareness, opening of awareness about your future, about maybe a positivity seed put into you because of this opening of some sort of awareness or enlightenment that relate to your future, where you are having hope. Excuse me. So what I see is there is some sort of new opening. There is like hope for the future in some way, but this is also showing me something to do with something academic, something to do with learning, something to do, yeah, it's something to do, like, because this represents institutions, schools, etc. It's something conventional. Okay, so it can relate to something that is more academic. It can even represent a platform online where you have the ability to learn. Yeah, I don't know, something like Udemy maybe. Okay, so this is saying that you're looking at something that you've been desiring to do for a long time. Okay, it could be like a long desire that you want to experience. This could even represent traveling. Okay, I'm getting traveling. They're showing me traveling Oh, okay, so the traveling can be online, doesn't necessarily, because I'm not getting physical traveling in the cards, but they're telling me traveling, okay. And what I see here is that this does not represent traveling physically. It represents traveling online, not necessarily traveling, but it's like something to do with being seen by the whole world, kind of thing. Okay. There is something about publishing here, because I'm getting this excuse me, and this is saying that you've got hopes for the future. You're putting the word out there. You're putting the information out there, and you're also getting the information. It's like this broadcast of information coming through and back and forth, okay. But there are also connections with teachers or even students, okay, because this represents institutions, you know, educational institutions, teachers, something that's conventional that relates to learning, and also something that you tried in the past a few times, didn't work out, now you're giving it another go, kind of thing, okay. So whatever it may be, there's a very strong energy that relates to something from the past reopening. Okay, so we got Sheila Nigig with opening. Something from the past is reopening. You can see Sheila Nigig is old, right? So it represents something that is old, that is reoccurring, that gives you this feeling of faith and hope coming through. Okay, and it's something that you tried in the past a few times, and now you're going to give it another go, or you tried to do it but you kind of stopped it, and now you're going to continue again. Okay, it could be like you stopped, started, stopped, started, and stopped. Now you want to continue again, kind of thing. And it does have a very, very strong thing, energy related to learning. Okay, learning is coming through strongly here. Learning. But I do get something about traveling coming through this card. The traveling is not about going out there and being adventurous. It's more like going inwards, relaxation, healing. Okay, it's that kind of energy. So it has something to do with a journey that relates to maybe a foreign land where you need to go inwards. This could be you're learning something as you go inwards, or it could be something where you're healing from it. Okay, you're going somewhere to do some healing work. So that's the kind of energy that I'm picking up here. Okay, it's a new opening for you, which means, you know, this is something that is your birthright, basically. Sheila Nigig, the opening represents a situation that is natural. It's your birthright. It is something that you can decide to do, but you should do, kind of thing. Okay, can you see the similarities? Okay. So the opening, or the new opening, is more of a mind consciousness thing. Get the swords there as well, which represents, you know, when you meditate you get visions maybe. Okay, but I'm getting healing. I'm getting more of this healing energy coming through. It's like you're healing some aspect of yourself, but it has something to do with learning something. Okay, education. That's what I'm getting. Okay, or it could be like maybe you were trying to write something, like a book or something like that, and publish it and you couldn't get it off the ground, and now, you know, once and for all, you're going to do it and get it out there. It's that kind of energy as well. Okay, so that's for you, Leo. Enjoy the moon energy. Virgo, hey there. So Virgo, sun, moon and rising. This is Dilosh from Girl and Her Moon. So what have we got for Virgo? Let's get a theme card. Alright, decided to jump out. Oh, this is the third time this card has jumped out. Okay, it has something, this card, yeah, it has sexuality written there. Okay, but it has not really, not so much, well, it can, connection to sexuality. It just represents how you connect with others and how you kind of like connect with yourself. Okay, so how do you represent yourself? How do you feel in your skin, kind of thing. But it can mean, you know, different to different people or situations. It can carry a different meaning. Let's have a look. Let's see what comes through. Okay, I've got the moon there. So what I see is that, you know, this has something to do with how you connect with others in regards to how you share things. Okay, this could be like how you share your experiences together. Do you support each other? Do you help each other overcome obstacles? Do you help each other overcome your fears? Or are you competing with each other? Are you pushing each other towards the fire pit, for example? Okay, so and this has something to do with your world, because the Empress represents Gaia, okay, the world, the earth, worldly things. So it can represent what you own, your money, what you earn, everything that you share, okay, with another. And how do you connect when you share? I'm seeing it's quite balanced. Okay, it looks quite positive as well. Things like even like, you know, debts. If you have a debt, say a mortgage, and you're married, and you know the mortgage is both of yours, for example, how do you share that mortgage? How, you know, debt, for example. So this is saying everything's quite balanced during this time. It looks pretty good, but how do you share it? Okay, sharing is like a debt. How do you pay it off together? There could be something that is not seen properly, like it can be a little bit out of balance. Okay, now we do see that everything looks balanced, but there could be something that is not seen. It could even be like a very tiny thing. Okay, so yes, being in a balance, more, you know, positive, a good situation is good, but you need to keep an eye on it. You can't be in the dark about it. That's what this is saying. Okay, you need to keep an eye on everything. You need to be aware of everything together. You cannot be in the dark about, you know, like putting all the responsibility on one person and being, you know, the other one not caring. But you need to share. You need to share everything. That's what this is saying. Okay. So question the calculations. Are they correct? So that's what I'm getting. Questioning how do you connect with the other person. It's all related to the worldly assets that you have together. Okay, we see that two people. And this doesn't only represent people that are married, it can represent business partners. Okay, it may be even more than one business partner. Everyone needs to be aware of the loans, the debts, the ins and outs of how the money comes through. How do you connect with each other? Do you support each other, or is there, is there someone that doesn't really care and puts all the responsibility on the other? Okay, that's important during this time for you. Something will be revealed during this time relating to the calculations, okay, of your loans and your debts and your joint stuff. Okay, that's what I'm getting. So that's for you, Virgo. Enjoy this new moon and solar eclipse energy. Libra, Sun, Moon and Rising. This is Dilosh from Girl and to Moon. Okay, so we're looking at a new moon reading, and this new moon and solar eclipse will be occurring in Aries, which is your opposite sign, Libra. So this will probably have an impact on you as well. Okay, let's have a look. So this new moon solar eclipse will occur on the 29th of March 2025, and the time will be depending on your location as well. Okay, so we've got the time frames related to the location of the occurrence on our website or even our Instagram account. You can find them there. Please forgive me for my weird voice today. I've got a very sore throat, and yeah, my voice is really I nearly lost my voice, so please forgive me for that. Okay, let's see what comes through. Let's see what the moon and the stars are going to be reflecting to you during this time. Okay, what have we got? Oh my god, if you have a look at the readings that I did prior to you, we've got Freya coming up. This is probably like the 4th or 5th time Freya came up. Okay, and it relates to sexuality, and Freya is related to how you connect with another person, okay, or another human or entity, okay, like a business, for example. So it relates to how you connect, connections and collaborations. Even though it says sexuality, it actually has the underlying meaning of connection. Okay, it even has the meaning of how you connect with your own self as well. Okay, so let's see what else comes through. Okay. Oh, got the moon energy coming through there. The moon. Okay, so there's a lot of aloneness. Okay, this is like taking time alone. Hermit energy. The magician represents I am capable, I am self-sufficient. Okay, that energy also is coming through. Even though it represents how you connect with another. Okay, this energy is about connecting with another, or how your connections are with another, as well as yourself. Okay, maybe this is saying that you need to learn to connect with yourself first, or understand how you connect with yourself first before you can connect with another. The responsibility lies in the middle there. Okay, this represents responsibility. So, there is this issue. Okay, this is what I'm getting. This is what they're showing me. Okay, they're showing me that there is an issue. Okay, there are issues in regards to how you connect with others. Now, this could be your partner, this could be your children, this could be your family members, friends, business partners. It doesn't matter who it is, you know, whoever you connect, including yourself, how you connect to yourself. Okay. Yeah, it relates to how you connect. That's what I'm getting. Connections are very much highlighted during this time, and it's saying that you need to learn to connect with self first. Okay, you need to ground. This represents grounding, earthing, anchoring. Okay, also this one represents grounding, earthing, and anchoring. You need to ground. You need to be fully, firmly planted, your feet planted in the ground. You need to be anchored. Now, what does that mean? It means you need to be strong with the way you stand, not in an egoic way, not in a way where you're manipulative and, you know, showing your power and manipulating others and trying to control others. It's saying, I'm aware of who I am. I know my weaknesses and I know my strengths. My weaknesses will not make me weaker, and my strengths will not make my ego inflate. Okay, I am very balanced. I'm in harmony. I am very grounded. Okay, so being able to go inwards and understand the self and how you're connecting with self, and then how are you reflecting this to others, because this here represents, see the feathers there, they're golden, almost light. Okay, light as in like a light bulb or sunlight. Okay, so it is saying that, you know, what you're reflecting this energy. So whatever it is that you're reflecting, you're actually receiving that, because it's all about giving and receiving. Okay, with others, whatever you give is what you receive, and that is how the system works in the universe. You have to give first to be able to receive. It's the system, how, you know, this is the system how it is everywhere. If you go to the shopping mall or to the supermarket and you want to buy something, you have to give the money first to be able to receive the goods. You don't receive the goods first and then the money later. Okay, you have to give first to receive. It's like even with communication. Okay, how you connect with another. You have to question, you know, you have to put your question out, or you have to put the word out first so you can get a response back. That's the giving, and then the receiving. Okay, so that's what this is saying. It's saying looking at how you give out and what is it that you want to receive, so that you can give out accordingly. Okay, if you want to receive an answer to a question, you have to get, you know, you have to ask the question first. Otherwise you'll be standing there waiting for an answer where you haven't even put the question out yet. Okay, so that's what this is saying. It's saying you have to look at where you are in life and how you're connected to self. Okay, how you see yourself connecting to others. the self-awareness. Okay, be self-aware of how you connect with others. Look at yourself. Okay, if something goes wrong, if there are issues in regards to how you connect with another person, connections, relationships, if there are issues that are arising, it's saying that the responsibility lies within you to ground yourself, anchor yourself, go within and look at the situation starting with self. Don't be someone that is saying, I'm self-sufficient, I can do whatever I want, I am powerful. Okay, don't be overly egoic, and do not watch what you say, watch what you speak. Okay, because the magician relates to Mercury, and we've got Mercury retrograde at the moment, so it's saying be careful of how you communicate as well. That's very important. Okay, this represents what you should not do. Okay, and we're saying Mercury, do not speak in a manner that's going to bounce back at you. Okay, and don't, the magician also represents someone who is, you know, like saying, I am self-sufficient and I don't need anyone. Okay, so and the ego can get really inflated here, because it's saying I am like the jack of all trades, I can do absolutely everything, I don't need anyone to help me or assist me, or I'm self-sufficient. Okay, but it can get to a point where it's too ego-based, and you'll start pushing people away. Okay, so your connections will be hurt or issues will arise. Okay, the other thing is that the magician is an illusionist. Okay, whether it's with words where you're lying, okay, you could be like twisting the words or not revealing the truth or lying, etc. And it could also be someone who is overly sugarcoating, okay, a situation, making it look good or sound good than what it actually is. Okay, so it's also saying be aware of people like that. Okay, but communication, watch the communication, watch how you connect, and also always take a look at self, where you are and how you're connecting. Okay, the moon is saying that this moon will actually, you know, you may actually you may have issues that relate to, because when the moon comes through, it represents fear-based situations, or it can represent situations that are in the dark that need to come to light. Okay, and I do feel like it could be situations like that that relate to how you connect with another person or other people in general, or it may even relate to maybe having some sort of headache or physical symptom that does relate to head. Okay, I'm getting like head. Okay, so that's what I'm getting. Okay, I hope that this has enlightened you, Libra. So enjoy as much as you can this new moon and solar eclipse. Scorpio, this is Dilosh from Girl and to Moon. So Scorpio, Sun, Moon and Rising. We're looking at the new moon and solar eclipse in Aries that will be occurring on the 29th of March 2025. Time will depend on your location, and it doesn't really happen directly on that time frame. You know, it starts 3 days before and kind of like goes 3 days after the moon has occurred, the solar eclipse. And we're going to have a look and see how this is going to affect you, okay, or reflect to you. Okay, the sun and the stars they reflect, they do not affect. So reflect. How do they reflect to you? We have free will as human beings, so we have the ability to work with the energy rather than be manipulated by it. Okay, if we decide to, we can also choose to be manipulated or choose to work with it. It is totally up to us. Let's see what comes through for you, Scorpio. Okay, we've got this Aries energy coming through the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is very much Aries energy. But let's see. Let's pull these out. Oh, another Aries energy. The Ace of Wands is also Aries energy. You've got a lot of kids around you. Okay. All right. Children, or maybe very childish people around you. This is an infant. It's that kind of energy. Okay. And we got death and rebirth. Okay. Something's ending, something's beginning. This represents transformation. Something's transforming. This Ceridwen Death and Rebirth card is pretty much similar to the Wheel of Fortune as well as the Death card in the tarot deck. Okay, but it is also ruled by Scorpio, your sign. Okay, but Aries. This moon is new moon and solar eclipse is in Aries. Okay, how is it related to you? How does it affect you? How does, or should I say not affect, but how does this, you know, the energies, what area of your life is it kind of like, you know, reflecting into? I'm seeing like, you know, young children, but these could be pets as well. Okay, so it could be like a pet that you have, young children or pet. It's like, this is like a child on a ram, and this child grows up, becomes this king, and the ram is like its coat now. But you know, when you look at the card, it represents the infant energy. This represents like the older brother from that infant, like the child, not even like the teenager, it's the child. And this one here is a child as well, but it represents how you communicate as well. Okay, now what does this all mean? What am I getting through the channeling? We've got death and rebirth. We've got a lot of this young, fresh energy, fresh energy. Okay, something about health. Okay, so oh yeah, okay, so I'm getting like there is a huge change that relates to your health habits. Okay, a new idea or new alternative ways or ideas about health, what your daily life or lifestyle. Okay, it represents new developments regarding how you agree with authority figures. So this could relate to work and how you like have agreements with authority figures, work, I see like, you know, if you had health issues, okay, because this represents also something to do with health. Okay, if you've had health issues, this is saying that, you know, your health issues are becoming better. If you want to conceive, this is the time to conceive. That's why we're getting children and babies and infants and so forth. You may be deciding to conceive. You may be deciding to take in a new pet. you may have issues with your pet, or if you did have issues with your pet that was having some sort of health issue, okay, maybe they're passing on, or that they're giving birth, or you're getting a new pet, okay, something about childlike energy coming into the household, okay, new. So whether it is you're conceiving, you're becoming a grandparent, or you're having your own children, or having pets, new pets come in, or your pet is having a baby, puppies or kittens or whatever type of pet it may be, or maybe your pet is having health issues. Maybe you had the health issues are, you know, becoming better, but if there was a pet that is having really heavy health issues and they're passing on, there is like a new, because we're seeing that death and rebirth, and this ram here and this ram here, it feels like, you know, maybe a new pet that is like almost like the reincarnation of the old one. Okay, it's like very similar characteristics, okay, coming through. But there are new developments at work where there is agreements, win-win situations happening. Communication, watch the way you communicate, okay? Be very formal, especially at work. Communication, professional, formal, okay? Agreements, make sure the agreements are not just verbal, they're also, you know, like written or contractual, okay? So written agreements, not just verbal agreements. And if they're verbal, maybe if you can get something that is sent to you via online, you know, like WhatsApp or something like that, okay, or Telegram as a backup. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing for you, Scorpio, okay? If you had issues in regards to work, that is all changing, okay? Something is coming to light, something is becoming, because the old way is ending, the new way is beginning. There's new energy there. Throughout this reading, there's a lot of this new energy coming through. Watch how you speak, watch how you make agreements. Make sure the verbal agreements are, you know, professionally turned into formal agreements, not just left as verbal agreements. That's very important. So that's what I'm getting. Okay, Scorpio, that is for you. So enjoy this new moon solar eclipse in Aries. Sagittarius. So Sagittarius, sun, moon, and rising. This is Dilosh from Girl Enter Moon, and we have a new moon and solar eclipse in Aries coming up, which will be occurring on the 29th of March 2025. Now time frame also depends on where you are in the world, okay, and the energies usually start like 3 days before and end like 3 days after the new moon. But this is a solar eclipse as well, so I don't know if you will be able to see the solar eclipse where you are. It represents like a reboot, a restart kind of energy. Alright, let's have a look. Let's see what comes through for you. Let's see what the moon and stars are reflecting to you, so that you can work with the energies. They're not set in stone unless you make them, okay? So they will reflect the energy to you, and you have free will to be able to work with them in any manner, okay? Let's see what the theme is. Okay, we've got justice with Ma'at. Justice. Ma'at, she's, there's also like a historical thing with Mart. I forgot how many there were. I think there were like maybe 40 specific qualities that relate to the beliefs of Ma'at, and it's all about justice. What were they called? Specific. I forgot. But yeah, there are specific things that relate to Ma'at. She's very she's very much for justice. Okay, so she's pretty much like the Justice card in the tarot deck. Okay, and but her historical words or quotes or whatever they may be, okay, are very well known. I don't know if you know them, but I think they're called the quotes of Ma'at. The quotes of Ma'at, ideals or quotes. I think they were, yeah, I think the ideas or ideals, there's like 40 or maybe over 40 of them, and they're very old. They're like over maybe 2,000 years old. Okay, and they're really, you know, interesting. It's something that maybe you should look into. And because you, as a sign, Sagittarius, you're very much so, more than Libra, you're very much so for justice. Okay, you are more so like the sign for justice. Okay, if you find something that is unjust, and there is unjust, you know, anything that is not balanced, you will not stay quiet. You will vent your opinion. Injustice is not for you. Okay, so very much on the mark with that card there. Okay, that is yours. That card belongs to you. You are Ma'at. Okay, all right, let's have a look. So if you felt like there has been some sort of injustice that happened in the past, people have used, abused, and kind of discarded you, and there was injustice because what you did was, you know, you were being very sincere. This is saying that you're coming through a similar situation again. Okay, something similar is coming through again. Something is out of balance, especially in regards to where you work. Okay, career, where you work, something is out of balance. Okay, we're getting work situation coming through. There is some sort of complicated issue that relates to a work situation, or it may be directly with someone in authority. Okay. And once you find the balance, okay, but this is saying you have to be very strong. Queen of Swords represents, she is like Ma'at. Okay, you have to be very just. Okay, you have to be very strong, cool, calm, and collected. Okay, it's saying that as long as you are very logical And do not get emotionally involved, okay? Because the sword represents the mind. It does not represent emotions. You need to be very strong with the mind, okay? So emotionally distant from the situation. So if you know you have issues with your employer, for example, it has something to do with work, and there is this situation that's out of balance. They want you there, but they kind of say you have to do the job for free, okay, or something like that. You have to be strong, okay? That's what this is saying. And you have to look at the ideals of Ma'at to understand this. That's why this came through, okay? The ideals of Ma'at. I think there's over 40. Google it and look at it. And look at what it's saying. It may even enlighten you in regards to the situation you're going through during this time. But it's something that's reoccurring again from the past. There's a reset coming through, okay? It's like you've experienced this maybe since the full moon, the full moon in Virgo we had just recently. And it's coming through again this time where you're finally putting an end to it, okay? But in the past, you experienced something like this, okay? Where people have used you for your skills, and then when the job was done, they kind of like they discarded you. I'm not saying disregarded, I'm saying discarded you, okay? And this was something that really hurt you, but made you aware of something, made you that they could not do what they had to do without you, meaning that you had the skills, you had the power, okay? Because of your fear of security and stability being shaken, you took on the job, okay? And now something similar is coming through. Something similar is coming through. Don't do any injustice to yourself. That's what Ma is saying, okay? Because of fear, don't forget, fear is the opposite energy of love, not hate. Fear. Through fear, you get hate, okay, and resentment and so forth. So, do not act on this fear energy in regards to what is being presented to you in regards to work during this time. There are confrontations coming up. You will be, there will be confrontations. There will also be injustice, not just at work, but also with friends, the people that your circle of friends also. There could be some injustice there, okay? Because maybe something is kept from you and it's not revealed to you. So yeah, something is, you have some sort of relationship situation that is quite complicated, but it has something connected to work or the type of work that you do. There is a possibility of conceiving a child during this time, if that is something that you are deciding on, okay? I do see some sort of pastime coming through, working on your skills, being aware of your skills. You're going to make your skills work for you. If someone's saying that they want you to do this without being paid, you're going to find some outlet that will make you earn the money and make you also grow, or there will be some sort of connections, etc., coming through as well, So that's what I'm getting. I'm getting something like that coming through for you, Sagittarius. So enjoy this new moon and solar eclipse in Aries. Aries is also a fire sign like you, so it's a good time for you, okay? Capricorn, sun, moon and rising. This is Dilosh from Girl and Her Moon. Okay, so let's have a look, Capricorn. Let's see what comes through for you as a theme. Creativity. What are you being creative with? With shell there. Okay, shell is all about creativity. Let's see what comes through. Family. Okay, home and family. Are you thinking of moving house or something to do with the home and house? Okay, that's coming through as well. Expanding the home, moving away from the home. Okay, so during this time, Capricorn, sun, moon and rising, we get this energy that relates to creativity. Okay, creativity can mean that you need to be creative the way you perceive, the way you think, the way you see your experience, to be able to have a more interesting experience. Okay, so what you normally would think as being a negative or a bad experience, when you shift your perspective, it could end up being a very interesting experience rather than a bad experience. But during this time, what we have is something that relates to home, family, elderly people, such as parents, maybe younger people, such as grandkids, and real estate. Okay, I'm getting like the home itself, or the building. It could be like a building that is where, you know, you can do business in as well. It doesn't have to be just a house. I feel like, you know, they are very supportive of you. They're supporting you so that you can expand. They're supporting you in such a way where you're expanding. Okay, you're growing, you're expanding, and you will still get a lot of this growth and support coming through. Even though you may have issues with your closest relationship, such as, you know, your spouse or your partner, you may have issues with them. Now, this may be something that is more on the emotional side. But even though, when I say issues, I'm not saying like huge issues. I'm saying, like, you know, maybe it's a bit of a rough patch for you where you decide to be a little bit alone, decide to be a little bit more hermit-like. Okay, that's the worst case scenario. But the thing is, mostly what I'm seeing is that, you know, during this time, I'm getting that family is very supportive, especially, you know, when it comes to home and house and so forth. Home, house, we also see expansion that relates to home and house through family or parents or even children. Okay, and moving away from your worries. Okay, so you have the ability to be more creative in your life with what you do. Okay, It feels like a very rewarding time for you, Capricorn. Okay, I'm getting this because you're getting this success, reward, security, stability. Very rewarding time. It looks like a very good time for you. Please forgive me for the cough. I've got a very sore throat. My voice is going. So I'm glad I can even do this reading. I can't say anything else because the energy looks so good. Okay, it's going to be a really good time for you. The only thing that is, you know, you may have a bit of a tough patch with your partner or intimate relationship. That's it. But it's a time where you decide to be like hermit-like. Maybe even if you don't have a tough patch, you may decide to just retreat and have alone time. Okay, when it comes to your closest relationships. Okay, you may decide to just be alone. And that's what I'm getting. And that's not even like, you know, a bad thing. You're overcoming most of your worries anyway. So it's a good thing. Okay, so that's what I'm getting for you, Capricorn. And yeah, enjoy this new moon solar eclipse energy. Aquarius, so we got Aquarius next. Hi Aquarius, this is Dilosh from Girl and Her Moon, and please forgive me for this nasally weird voice that I have. I've got a cold, I lost my voice and I'm trying to regain it. And now this reading is based on the new moon solar eclipse in Aries that will be occurring on the 29th of March 2025. And it will be a solar eclipse. Yes, it's like a reset. It's like a rebooting of the system. A lot of things from the past are being like rebooted, like cleansed, etc. A reset, back to factory settings. All right, so let's see what comes through for you. So what is the, you know, what are the moon and stars reflecting to you? What are they reflecting so that you can work with those energies? They don't affect us, they actually reflect to us. We have the ability or the decision to be able to let them affect us or not. Okay, they're just tools for us to work with. All right, so let's see what comes through. Let's see what the energies are. Ecstasy. Okay, this is making me laugh because I'm an Aquarius. So Aquarius, sun, moon and rising, you got ecstasy during this new moon solar eclipse in Aries. It would be ecstasy if I had my voice back. Okay, so with Uranome, you've got ecstasy. Ecstasy is like, it's almost like, you know, going higher in a dimension, being able to vibrate at a, ooh, okay, vibrate at a different dimension. That's why I'm vibrating. Lately, I've been feeling like my body's vibrating, and when I'm walking, it feels like the earth is vibrating or the ground is vibrating. And I thought it was like a symptom that I have, a physical symptom that I have. Maybe it's from the cold, you know, that's what I was thinking. I don't have a head cold, it's just my sore throat. That's it, with the voice. Okay, but the thing is, I asked my partner and he said, I feel it too, because he's Aquarius. He said, I feel vibration as well. So it represents the earth is ascending, or the vibrations are shifting. Okay, and maybe Aquarians are more feeling it more, maybe. Okay, so the ecstasy is being able to shift to a higher dimension. Okay, raising the vibration. So that's what it is. Okay, let's see what's coming through next. there's a lot of this healing energy. Okay. So what I see here is we see the dragon there, we see this dragon-like figure there as well, or snake. So what I see here is, you know, there could be issues that you may be faced with. Okay, the issues could be very simple. When we see this dragon with the Five of Wands, this could be issues such as, very, very simple issues, such as, say, you're driving in your car and people people drive recklessly in traffic, and you're becoming really, you know, they're aggressive and it's very competitive, or very it could also be, you know, something that like a fear-based thing. Okay, so you're, if you have good driving skills, you'll be able to overcome it, maybe. Okay, you have those people that go through in between the lanes. Okay, but if you are not so good, or you even have the slightest fear with driving, for example, okay, this could be maybe, you know, something that is a really bad experience for you. Okay, so it's like fear-based, something that is fear-based. There's a conflict there. Okay, and it is inflicted by the environment. Okay, whether it's traffic, whether it's a group of people, whether it is the wind, or whatever it may be. It can be something natural, it can be something people do. Okay, it could be a group of people that are very childish, immature, that are causing havoc in the streets, for example, and you're in the middle of that scenario, for example. Okay, it could be something like that as well. Now, this is saying that it's not necessarily that, you know, you will be seeing something that is going to be fearful or harmful to you. It just means that it will be so increased. Like, when normally you would drive, it would be a free drive, traffic will be increased, or your phone will not stop buzzing, constant communication, constant. Okay, also maybe you have to drive around a lot, or you forget to buy this, you have to go back again, or, you know, moving around a lot, things like that. So there is this constant action happening here. Okay, but it's not going to be a negative thing. Okay, it's not going to be a bad experience, because we've got the sun there. Okay, the sun is saying, even though it's increased, the activity is increased, and it can be a little bit competitive, or even aggressive at times. Okay, it will not be negative. We're getting this positive or good energy coming through. Okay, it's like almost like you are protected. Okay, that kind of energy is coming through. The ecstasy represents that. Maybe because you're at a higher vibration. Yeah, because the sun represents, the sun energy is the most positive. Well, this card in the tarot deck is the most positive, or most auspicious card in the deck, and it represents lightness. It represents light, you know, sunlight, so lightness. And ecstasy here is all about lightness. It is the energy of being at a lighter, when you raise your vibration, what you're doing, your density is becoming lighter, and your cells are becoming more crystalline, Okay, so you're reflecting light. And the reason why I'm saying, you know, I was like buzzing, I'm still like buzzing. I can feel the buzzing. My body has been vibrating, you know, like buzzing. And yes, I thought it was a physical ailment, like a symptom, but my partner said I'm buzzing too. So it, and at times I was like wondering if it's an earthquake, but it's not, doesn't feel like an earthquake. It's like this vibration. Okay, and it just means that the earth is shifting, the vibration is shifting, so the cells in your body start to shift as well with that vibration. Your vibrations are going up. Okay, and every cell, when they do vibrate, because everything is electrical, or should I say energy. Okay, and the energy is becoming more light, more and more crystalline, more light. So every cell in your body is becoming more light infused, and that's what this is all about. Okay, that's what I'm seeing. Even though there is a lot of this activity going on around you, it's not stopping you from becoming more in the, you know, raising your vibration. It's not stopping you. Okay, you don't have to be in a meditative state to raise your vibration. You could be going on about in your daily life. Okay, I think the most important thing that is effective to raising your vibration is breathing. If you breathe properly, if you breathe right, that is how you will raise your vibration. You know, you don't really need to meditate or anything like that. You can, you know, there isn't, everyone's different. I think sleeping is the best way. But yeah, there is something there. There's a shift there, and you're feeling it as well. Okay, you're becoming more light, not just in weight, in density, but also you're also becoming light in as in light, like the sunlight. Okay. So this is saying, don't be so stuck on the material stuff, okay, the physical material things, because you are becoming more light. Okay, and if you are still stuck in the material physical stuff, okay, your focus is there, what's happening is that you're missing out on the expansion of your energy going up. Okay, so this represents the old energy. This is the old energy. Okay, you're getting into the new energy, but eventually we do see that there is this healing coming through. Okay. So I also see something about foreigners coming through, or someone from, you know, far off places. People, maybe people are going to come and visit you from a far off place. Okay, foreigners coming in, or people that live far away will come and visit you, or something like that. Okay, and it just means that you need to have some sort of plan, okay, in regards to this before it does take effect. But this is the idea at the moment. People are gonna you know, come and visit you. So what you need to do is maybe put some money aside to be able to, you know, have a good experience with them together, or something like that. Okay, so that's what I'm getting. But generally, your experience will be good. Okay, I'm getting very positive energy, good energy coming through. The only issue, like I said, would be communication. And if you've been trying to learn something lately, okay, you may be able to, but this is probably not the right time to be able to complete something like that online, or some sort of education based situation. Okay, you're very much focused on expanding your energy at the moment rather than, and just having fun. Okay, that's what I'm getting, rather than sitting down and absorbing information and knowledge. you're more out there than in there kind of thing at the moment. Okay, so that's what I'm getting here. So enjoy this new moon solar eclipse energy. Okay, all right, last but not least, and the best, Pisces, sun, moon and rising. I'm a moon sign, Pisces. I'm moon, that's why I can do the tarot. So we have a new moon solar eclipse in Aries coming through, okay, and this reading is based on that, which is going to happen on the 29th of March 2025, and the time will be depending on where you are in location, but it doesn't really matter because the energies start to occur 3 days before and end like 3 days after. But because it's a solar eclipse, this could last for a long time. Okay, the effects of it could last for a very, very long time, like say more than 6 months, maybe 2 years. Okay, it can last up to that much. Okay, but let's see what comes through for you. So what are the stars and the moon reflecting to you and me, because I'm also Pisces here, because that's what they do. They reflect, they do not affect. Okay, they can only project or reflect the information. They're just tools, and we can decide to let them affect us, or we can decide to work with the energy. Okay, but let's see what comes through. Okay, we've got Renan with the doubt. And we've got the Emperor. We've got the Knight of Wands. And the Nine of Cups. And the Judgment card. Okay, so Renan is looking at doubt. So it's about doubting yourself in regards to maybe your security and your stability. Okay, so it can relate to money issues. It can relate to your security and your stability, because the Emperor represents your security and stability. It can also represent your employer, someone in authority. If you're, say, a housewife and your husband is the one that's working, their security, you know, where they work, their security and stability is going to affect your security and stability, for example. Okay, so it kind of like, the energy during this time is kind of like emphasized on receivables, like your income and your possessions, okay, and so forth. So you've got doubt, okay, there, but it doesn't say that, you know, that's the energy that will you'll work with. You have the doubt. The doubt is coming from your fear, so a fear-based energy. Okay, this is something that you can overcome, and I see it there. You're overcoming it. This represents regeneration, transformation and rebirth. Okay, so the Judgment card represents, again, you're judging yourself with doubt. Can I do this? Do I have the capability? Do I have the ability to expand? Can I make more money? Or will I have enough money for the next month? You know, for example, the doubt is through fear, and the Judgment is where you judge yourself. Okay, but it's saying that this is transforming. It's like you're transforming this energy. You are changing it. So what I see, that something is coming through where the doubt is ending, okay, where you will find the security and stability to be more adventurous. You're actually celebrating it as well. There is this celebration coming through. Okay, your income is maybe increasing, okay, because of your efforts, right? You will receive something, some sort of reward, maybe through work, where you have the ability to be more adventurous, to maybe buy something or invest in something, and you are celebrating this. So the old doubt that you have is ending. You're ending this doubt. You are transforming and regenerating and transforming this doubt energy that you have. In other words, this is a perspective of yourself and your reality. And what you're doing is you are actually transforming this perspective. Okay, when you transform this perspective and you shift your perspective, what you're going to do is you are going to experience something much more differently, or your life much more differently. Something small, some shift that you make, that is a tiny shift, will change a huge thing in your life. Okay, so that's what I'm getting. The doubt is ending. The shift is happening. Transformation is happening. Security and stability coming through, where through maybe work, where you're having a little bit more adventurous, more free-spirited, more freedom coming through. Finally, to be able to, you're even celebrating it. Celebrating it doesn't mean necessarily you're going to go out and, celebrate it literally. Well, it can be, but it can mean maybe you're just going to go out and have some drinks and maybe eat out or something with friends and family. Okay, because you have the ability to do that now. Okay, you can stretch it out now. You can stretch your finances out now. So it's that kind of energy. You can shout everyone dinner because you have the ability to do that now, for example. Okay, so yeah, it seems like this new moon and solar eclipse is actually going to be really auspicious for you. I feel the energies very strongly being very, very, very good for you. Okay, that's for you, Pisces. Enjoy this new moon and solar eclipse.